This new No Jumper host made a mistake yesterday on a podcast that's gonna cost him his life. This is really dire. 607 Unk is the new No Jumper hire. His journey to No Jumper is crazy within itself, and we're gonna document him more in this video. But 607 Unk fits in perfectly at No Jumper because he has a masterclass on how to create controlled conflict, which is why his interviews are really good. And when he interviews people, it's really good. He has a way, it's very unique way of creating conflict, however, resolving the conflict before it goes too far. He does it in his interviews a lot. Now, some may say it's the expectation of being a troll because he presents as a troll, even though he's really a street dude from St. Louis. He was really about that life. However, he presents as a troll. So even if you get upset for a quick second over something he said about you, you kind of have to check yourself, man, am I tripping? He a troll, he don't mean. That's how he gets you. You start second guessing yourself, and before you could get over the first clip form, he hits you with another clip form. He has a doctoral degree in clip forming, by the way. Shout out to this brother. One of the most educated clip formers I've ever seen. He knows how to get the clip. But I feel like where things may be taking a turn and where 607 Unk may be getting himself in a whole lot more trouble than he's expecting to get himself into is he's always been able to create controlled chaos and then leave. He hasn't really dealt with creating controlled chaos within his home, where he's based at, where he has to stay at, where people have access to him. This is a new territory for Unk. Making fun of gangbanging and gang members and gang culture has been a big part of 607 Unk's shtick, and I thoroughly enjoy it when he does because it's hilarious. However, that shtick can be problematic where you now have to move to gangland to work for No Jumper.
Yeah, I'm from St. Louis on GD, on BD, on Fight Lord.
Hey, you in a new gang?
Yeah, I'm Serrano. I've been Mexican. I'm Migo. I'm amigo. Yeah. I'm amigo.
Somebody, you joined the new ones?
Well, I left a gang.
You left one? Which one you left?
I left the 60s.
You did?
Yeah, they snitching over that too much.
Yeah.
I left the 60s.
You did?
Yeah, they snitching over that too much.
Yeah.
I left the 60s.
You did?
Yeah, they snitching over that too much.
They kicked you out?
No, they kicked me out. I left them out. Somebody they was getting hit in the baduka.
Stop lying.
What's up, mama? Over there, they was getting ass cashed.
You saw it happen?
Yeah, I saw it. I mean, gotta think about it. I'm from the Illuminati, so I see everything. But I can die. I can die.
Gang, I'm GDBD Vice Lord. I'm from the church.
You're not GD.
What's on, mama?
No, you're not.
I just told you I got my staff from the Greens.
You can't get your staff
Gang,
from
if I get staff from the Greens, and that's in Chicago, then I gotta be there.
So who stamped you from the...
I told you, Fruit Loop is Daddy a General.
So is you GD?
I'm GDBD Vice Lord.
It's hilarious. I mean, the gimmick and the shtick is one of the more amusing things to come out of gangland or gang content as of lately, bruh. Because I'll be real, bruh. Like, the gang, bro, after you hear Cuh or Blood or on the dead homies enough times, it starts boring you, bro. Right, bro? I can't even tap into a gang podcast no more, bro. All right, bro, I tap into a random gang pod on the dead homies. I said, But 607 Unk does the gang content in a funny and an amusing way. However, you can say these things when you're in and out, right? Like, you could disrespect the Rolling 60s if you are not really going to be in LA. If you can just come for an interview and leave, then you can say these things, right? You can imply they're snitches. But when you have to be in LA, when you have to be at a building that probably everybody in LA knows, when you have to be publicly accessible, then things like that, talking about specific gangs, that can come back and get you. Now, the one thing he does have going for him, one of, I guess, his biggest moniker is GD, Vice Lords. LA don't really have GD, BDs, or Vice Lord, so he could still do that. But when you mix up that with the other gang stuff, talking about the Crips and the Bloods, you're going to get yourself in a world of trouble. Now, I don't think he cares, which is why I love him, right? This man don't give a damn. Shout out to 607 Unk, man. And you could tell from his first No Jumper official podcast appearance that this was going to be a rough meshing with other gangbangers who are currently on the No Jumper roster.
No matter where you go, California, y'all watch this. California Crips, they police Crip. Like I'm free. Like I'm free. They police Crip. They police Crip. That's what I mean, right?
You gotta give it up to this man, man. He's a master clip farmer, and understand this. This is where he's special at. He got the benefit of the doubt in this situation because it's the expectation of a troll. But this man understands what he's doing. He's been gangbanging for 40 years, bruh. This man understands that putting police next to a gang is a no-go, no matter what context of that. This man understands that when he says California Crips or police Crips, he knows what that means. However, he leaves the plausible deniability. So if they start tripping a little too hard, he say, no, I meant they police other Crips. And this where selective politicking starts happening, bruh. All right? Because a lot of these dudes who love to do reaction channels, who love to react to mad No Jumper, they know to fall in line. All right? If it was anybody else, they would have been, nah, cut, I'm coming up there, cut. Nah, bro, we got. But they know who to do that foolishness with. Unc appears to be a troll, but Unc ain't really a troll. He has a well-documented history in the streets. He's not a buster. So when these other buster reaction channels, right, who are quote-unquote big gangbangers, they know not to really trip a little too hard, selective politicking, because they understand, bro, Unc will take their head off if they try to play that. It's kind of crazy when you look at how the moral compass of a lot of these gangbanging dudes work. When it's somebody they can't really get a read on, when it's somebody who's a wild card, they all of a sudden have a full working understanding of the English dictionary. All of a sudden, they're empaths. They have a full understanding. They got compassion. They give the benefit of the doubts. But when it's somebody they think they could probably outmuscle or out gangbang or out politic, then all of a sudden ain't no understanding, cuh. Nah, cuz he played with the set, cuz ain't no understanding, cuz on the dead homie, cuz when hey bro, I'm coming up there, cuz I need mines. Then all of a sudden it's busters and I need mines. Y'all don't need nothing? Cause y'all don't think y'all could out tough or out bully this man? Oh, that's how it works, huh? That's how it works. 607 Unc is realizing this too. He probably didn't realize it until he moved there. Now he understands, okay, they selective politic. But I think Unc may have made a very big mistake when he brought the trolling to somebody who don't selective politic. Somebody who would really give you everything you asking for, which is Munchie B, but we will touch on exactly what mistake he made with Munchie B that I think is probably gonna cost him his life if we're being honest here. And before y'all start with the police accusations, no, I'm not saying Munchie B is gonna smoke 607 Unc because of the altercation they had on No Jumper in the second episode. But we'll get to exactly why I think 607 Unc life is in dire danger shortly. During his first official episode of the No Jumper show after being hired by No Jumper, Unc did something very skillful. He really and fully put on display his advanced knowledge of nuanced gang culture. And I think doing so, he proves, okay, he's really like that. He's not a poser. And so at the very least, that's gonna put the cloud chasers at bay. So if he does indeed have issues, it's gonna be the issues that he provoked with the dudes who are really about it.
You and little eyes, bro. Like, but in the penitentiary scene, that's how it go. Like, you get out there, oh man, you ain't really no Crip. You don't come from California. How's that?
Hey, no, that's Crips in the feds.
Yeah, in the feds.
No,
now you understand what I'm talking about.
Excuse me.
Now you understand what I'm talking about.
That's your biggest excuse not to get on Crip count and to push our hometown.
I was there 044 count when I was there.
Bro, nigga, ain't nobody about to push up on no man. Who Crip in there?
Get in the Crip call with a Crip
in there, see you an out of town Crip, and you pushing how you supposed to push, a nigga gonna respect you.
But listen,
bro, when you do time at, nigga, talk to
Greenville. I did time at Greenville. I did time everywhere. Terry Hut.
A medium, nigga?
Terry Hut. Greenville medium high, yes.
Nigga, I said medium. That's about to USP. Nigga, ain't no bullshit ass medium.
I'm just saying, I didn't been to the penitentiary though, gang. I've been penitentiary too. You get what I'm saying? You get my point though? You get my.
Do you see how black folks get so passionate discussing absolutely nothing? Do you see the level of passion, the varicose veins popping up on both of their foreheads as they discuss Crippin' in the penitentiary? as they discuss absolute nonsense like cripping in a penitentiary. Do you see how passionate they get, bruh? They could have probably talked about this for 3 hours straight because this means a lot to them, bruh. Now, ask them about taxes and the economy. Ask them about immigration. Ask them about foreign policy. Ask them about domestic relations. Ask them about the war in Iran. Man, that got nothing to do with me. So, this right here is the downfall of black folks, bro. We care too much about absolute nothing, about malarkey, bruh. Buffoonery. But in this conversation, I think Unc did a great job at proving he's not a poser, he's not a buster, he is really from the life. He's really from the streets. Now, he did a wonderful job as sort of pushing the line in his first appearance, but not really going overboard. I think he did one thing that was kind of hilarious. He went to the knee of the other guy called Ant. He did some type of homosexual ritual on Ant. Now, Ant kind of laughed it off because he kind of viewed 607 Unc as a troll and not a threat. But doing things like this on the first show, pushing the line but not really going too far, I guess, gave him a lot of brownie points with the audience. So because he was able to get away with stuff like this, he came back for the second episode looking to get away with more. What I believe started the madness last night that had a lot of people talking today, that got a lot of people in a very bad spot and created a lot of conflict and issues, is I believe when Munchie B began to question 607 Unc about the authenticity of his cripping. Munchie is somebody who's born and raised in LA, don't really know too much about Unc in St. Louis, so I think he was just curious. But as he's asking, Unc is now feeling like he got to prove he's a real gangbanger.
I'm every crib. How the Hoovers feel.
They do feel like that when they meet me. I'm a different type of Hoover.
That's why I get Gumby on your ass. I'm going to hit up Gumby about
They going to meet me, tell them to pull up.
Don't tell them that you're a 6'0 Hoover, though.
I'm a real crip, gang. I'm a full crip. You see my blue flag, gang? I don't play no game.
Bro, I got to call Gumby about your ass.
I'm all the way crip. Listen, what's the problem? Why you got to separate the crip?
Hey, look. My boy Trigger Bird been speaking out.
You can't separate my crip.
The Hoovers, bro. He got a lot to say. I think you should have him up here, Adam.
But you can't separate my crip.
Who is he?
He from Hoover. And he's seen to be the spokesman for the Hoovers at this time.
Is he the one who said that he wants to put Hawk off the hood?
Right. Not want to. He said he needs to.
Listen, no California.
Look. Trigger Bird is a real Hoover. I was in the county jail with him. At one point, he be pushing the line. He's not a buster.
See how they do it.
And look. And he's not going to approve of this 607 shit.
See how they do it. Nobody in California going to approve of it. That's why I'm on some St. Louis gang shit, gang. That's why I told you. We St. Louis. I'm 607 Hoover, gang.
They're going to put the pipe in your mouth and make you actually make sense and not be able to get away with all
what
this
makes
crazy
sense,
talk.
What makes sense is I'm a crip, I spread love. They don't want love, they don't need to be around me then. Because I ain't spreading hate. I got love to the Bloods too. I'm Blood too.
They're going to shoot you.
They're going to say
I'm Blood too, right? So everybody knows this.
Practice when you're
I'm the first one you seen like this, gang. Listen, I made it in Chicago, GDBD Vice Lord. I'm going to make it in LA, Crip Blood. Pyru, everything.
Hey, if you got 6'0 on your name, you for sure not a Blood.
They gonna love me, gang. They gonna love me, gang. Listen, my 6'0 don't mean your 6'0. Listen, gang.
Hey, look, I'm mature. I sit across from Brick Baby doing interviews and shit. My homie's not with that shit.
And with what? Me being a whole gangster, me spreading love around the churches?
You can gangster all you want, but you ain't gonna be no 607 gangster.
I'm a 607 gangster, gang. I ain't gonna change my name. And I love California and I love the Crips.
But you not gonna associate your shit with
gang, listen, if I got Hoover on my body, what that mean?
That mean you from Hoover. You
what that mean?
Associating with
Oh, he does.
If I got Hoover on my body, what that mean? What that mean?
You were playing dress
What that mean? What that mean?
You were playing dress
What that mean?
Hey, Lush.
What that mean?
Take a picture of that Hoover tag for me and send it to me.
Yeah, what that mean?
You going on Instagram. I'm going to tag you.
Oh, you tagged me for?
I'm
a real gangster, gang. But listen.
No, take a picture because the Hoover's going to holler at you.
Let me tell you this. I'm going to be honest with you, gang. I'm love. I am the full crip. I am Jesus of the gangsters, gang. That a lot of people don't know. I'm Jesus of the gangsters.
We're going to hang you from a cross.
So everybody understand I'm Jesus of the gangsters and I'm everything. I come for all the gangs. I come for all the...
Repping the 6-0s as well as repping that Arch Davis says Hoover, and then you allegedly have a Hoover tattoo tattooed on you. Listen, man, what could go wrong? Also, too, though, this interaction, like, a lot of people may have missed right? Like some of like the things that took place in the crevices of the conversation in the pockets that only a trained eye like me could spy, okay? See, I'm well-versed on all things Iggas, okay? I've grew up around Iggas my entire life. I'm an Igga myself. So I understand different things that takes place in different nuances that really can be explained by an untrained eye. Like this conversation, I see this conversation as like a big D test in front of Adam. Adam is a white man. So Adam don't really understand why a lot of conflict arises when you invite multiple Iggas around. Because when Iggas come around, the objective is to prove to the white man that I'm more tough than this other Igga. So 607 he now has to go overboard to prove to Adam that he's really gangster. He do the trolling stuff, but he's really gangster. Because he wants to prove to Adam, I gotta be the head Igga in charge. Adam is naive to all of this, by the way. Adam thinks, hey, bruh, I'm giving opportunities to everybody. We can all just podcast. But what Adam don't understand, which I got to call him and let him know, Iggas, when they are around white men, they compete for the white man's validation. 607 right now, he want to be the head Igga in charge. So when Munchie B starts questioning the Crippin, 607 let Munchie B know he really about that Crippin. So what proceeds to happen next? Well, not immediately afterwards, but sometime down the line in the same interview, 607 proceeded to diss Munchie B and his affiliates in front of Adam to let Adam know that he's the head Igga in charge.
Because y'all really fade. Y'all been training y'all whole life to fade. Don't play on me. All y'all do is push up and muscles and shit. I ain't fighting you niggas.
One fair person.
How's it fair when you been training to fight your whole life?
Young Ant is a fair dude.
But how's the fight?
You'll go over there and he'll be like, man, give him a head up. You run across.
Everybody in California, bottom is small, top is big as hell.
But
come on, guys, stop playing with me. Everybody in California, they ready. They on their front yard.
Everybody in California skips leg day.
Pushing up pipes, gang like this, ready to squabble.
No. You and luck if you put up an A-trays.
I ain't with all that.
Young Ant, he'll make sure you get a fair one. I don't know about the rest of them niggas.
St. Louis ain't no fair. Gang, we from St. Louis, gang. We pulling up from Backdoor City. I'm going to play like it's good, and I'm pulling back up with a switch. That's how we do it. And say, I'm not playing a game. I'm going to play like, they going to say, you ain't from Hoover. I'm going to say, damn right, I'm not from Hoover.
Okay, so simple question. Are you going to tell 4Extra that you have Hoover tattooed
Depending on how I feel. If I feel like I got the ups, let me tell you how I go. If I feel like I got the ups, yeah, I'm going to say I'm from Hoover. If I feel like I don't got the ups, I'm going to say I'm not from Hoover.
You don't
and then
got
I'm
the
going to slide back on them later. I'm from St. Louis. Nigga, I'm a California.
Bald head man going to pack you out.
I don't even follow 4Extras.
Anybody going to pack me out?
But I know some hoes that do. I'm going to have them DM this Hoover tat.
Come on, guys. I'm straight Hoover. Listen. I'm Hoover slide remover.
What?
Hoover slide remover.
Hey, bro, watch your mouth.
Bro. I forgot.
You forgot what?
I forgot. I didn't know you was blooding. I forgot, gang. That's why I'm mama.
No, don't let this content shit go.
No, I forgot you was blooding. Listen, I forgot you was blooding for real.
You gotta watch out.
No, I thought he was blooding. I forgot he was blooding. I didn't know he was no blood. I don't want to get my ass.
Yeah, but you shouldn't say that even if he's not around.
No,
that's a bad one.
Hey, bro. See, people let these characters go too far, bro.
Yeah, I apologize. I said sorry. It was an accident. On real shit, no content. But that's when you give me the character Crip. That's what you say back in the day. So when you raise that kind of shit, you gotta understand. I'm a Crip for real. So you bring it out of me. That's what happened. But I apologize though, because I ain't that right now. I'm everything. But that's just a past shit.
I think it means something
we used to say that.
different out there.
No, I don't mean shit. Nigga, that mean the same shit across the globe, but like.
But if I apologize, it should be over, right?
Yeah, but this
that's sincere apology.
No, I understand, but you shouldn't be dissing nobody.
No, I ain't try to. Listen,
607 said a derogatory term for Bloods in front of Munchie B, who's one of the most famous Bloods on the West Coast. And for anyone who thinks he did that by accident, you're out of your mind, and you probably don't understand Iggas. All right. Iggas cannot coexist in harmony under white supervision. That's just been the law of the land for I don't know how long, bruh. Think about any dynamic, whether it's a podcast network, whether it's a 9 to 5, it's corporate. Think about it, bruh. Rather it's jail. Think about Iggas cannot coexist in harmony under white supervision. Think about the last 9 to 5 you worked, bruh, where you had a white supervisor. What happened? There was always that one Igga in the room looking to tell on y'all to the white man, bro. There was always that one Igga in the room trying to be assistant manager, trying to be the supervisor favorite Igga. This is just what happens. It don't matter what the dynamics are or how you play this, Iggas cannot coexist in harmony under white supervision. So for anyone to think this is accidental, you done lost your marbles. 607 Unc is just playing the game how the game is supposed to get played. You can't hate the play, you gotta hate the game. Unc understands because he's very close with Brick Baby. He understood what DW Flame dissing Brick Baby Hood in front of him, quote unquote, accidentally. He understood what that did for DW Flame, how that rose DW Flame stock, how DW Flame essentially grew an extra set of street credibility because to diss somebody Hood in front of him and that person does nothing, you then start to get viewed as, yo, you the head Igga in charge. Yo, you the Broad Street bully. And the other person who don't do nothing, people then begin to talk about them as a buster. So 607 Unc being new to LA, 607 Unc being new to No Jumper, he understood this was high stakes and relatively low risk because he understands that Munchie B is rational. And if you say it and then apologize, Munchie B ain't about to make a big issue out of you saying something, quote unquote, accidentally and apologizing after. So this was high stakes, low risk. And 607 Unc, he did it perfectly. He said it, apologized afterwards. It's no issues. But now every reaction channel is now calling 607 Unc a demon. Official, that guy. Now the out of town podcasters is talking about Unc as if he's their hero. And now everyone is talking about how Munchie B didn't do enough and nah, that's not cool, Munchie. How you? And he's sitting at the top of the totem pole now as the head Igga in charge. He got the moment, he got the virality, he got everything out of this situation that was relatively low risk. It was low risk in the moment, but the repercussions is gonna come from that is not gonna be low risk. And we understood this because history repeats itself. What happened with Brick Baby and DW Flame? They both got a lot of pressure outside the podcast. There were people who was doing reactions and videos saying, yo, we about to go to every DW Flame show. But DW Flame's politics was in place and he had people around him to where they could make calls and smooth things out. Like, Unc don't have that. Unc don't have a P-Nice with him who could make calls and sort of be well respected by almost every set in LA County and squashed it. He don't have that with him. So because he don't have that with him, he's gonna get pressed. People are gonna come for him, especially when Munchie B has to deal with a lot of the nonsense. People from Munchie B's neighborhood isn't happy that now Munchie B is being discussed like he's a buster. Now you have people like doing videos talking about Munchie B and 607 Unc as if Unc is the tough guy, as if Unc is the killer and Munchie is the buster.
So he's trolling them.
No.
This is what 607 Unc was telling Munchie B. He told him, I'm a Hoover remover slob killer. He said it twice though.
Yeah, but see, that's why at the same time, you know, Munchie B ain't play no entertainment into it, because at the same time, you play the entertainment into it and you giving him that feedback that he won't, because he's an entertainer. Because you go back and look at old videos of 607 that nigga really got the bars, he could really rap, all that. But so much he done got into this clout chasing entertainment lifestyle that he gonna do whatever he can to see if you gonna bait. He gonna throw that bait out there, and if you that big mouth bass, he got your ass.
You feel me? Hey, I see you in the comments, man. Thank you for indulging in. You see the title? Go ahead and pitch in. But at what point? And we gotta keep it real, 100.
If somebody he run into the wrong person.
But who is the wrong person? If you say you a general, you represent the B team. Nigga, you big bodyguard blood, right?
But let's keep it clean.
Well, hold on.
Ain't this the same nigga who fake weight blind and all that shit?
But now that goes into why the B team ain't did shit. Why the niggas that was there?
Because at the end of the day, because nigga, like I said, you fake weight blind and all that. You can bounce up and do your 1-2 and all that, but if I park
you supposed to get parked.
If I park you, now everybody gonna be, oh, you did that to a blind nigga.
But this is the thing though, Rozzy. How you feel about it? Well, I already know how you feel about it, but go ahead and get yours off before I hang up.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Nigga would have slapped that nigga, man.
I mean,
somebody around me would have had to slap you.
That's if you blind, right?
Especially if I'm blind, somebody around you better do something.
Cause to me, if you say
everybody sitting there thought that was funny,
but if to me, nah. See, this is the thing. If niggas like that don't get no pass, bro, I don't bang no more, right?
First off, he's not even from California, so I don't.
Three different opinions from three walks of life. One is an active banger, one is not active, and the other is active, but he's behind bars. And the first thing they said was, well, Munchie is blind, but where was the B team at? They may misunderstood. Munchie don't pull up with 100 gangbangers every time, bro. Like, Munchie B comes to No Jumper to work, not to gangbang. But that's the first question the streets is asking. Where is the B team? What's the B team going to do about this? And this is not good for 607 Unc at all. Because there's some dudes who don't understand this podcasting, this trolling, this internet world, bro. And when they're getting calls from jail, they're getting a lot of calls like, hey, bro, did y'all hear this man just, bro, he said, what in front of Munch? What? Now, they don't understand the internet. All they understand is there's thousands of people looking at them as if they soft because you dissing the hood in front of Munchie. I'm going to tell Unc this. Munchie B got a great poker face. Munchie B is a general and a vet. You can't read Munchie B, bro. Like, Unc might think it's all good, which if Munchie is saying he good, I'm sure Munchie B is good, and I don't think Munchie B is going to do harm to Unc. But I feel like right now it's out the hands of Munchie. And Munchie B ain't going to protect Unc. I'm sure maybe he could if he was really, like wanted to, or, he had like one favor to use. But I don't think Munchie's going to put his neck on the line to protect a man who said that word in front of him at all. So right now, it's beyond No Jumper. It's beyond Munchie. This is in the streets. And this is people saying, we got to show and prove now, bro, because this dude is an out-of-towner. He done came, and he's using words like that in front of our dude, straight dissing. And I don't think it was accidental, but that's just me, though. Now, Unc did do No Jumper News today, and he did speak on exactly why or what was going through his mind when he said it, and he's still maintaining that it was an accident.
Sure. What happened yesterday?
I don't know. You tell me what happened yesterday.
Bro,
you got the all my blood on me
tripping,
so
bro.
Yesterday they got it confused, right? I was talking about some shit that happened in St. Louis back in the day. We say Hoover, boot remover, right? But that caused a problem because the way y'all clipped it up and made it like I was disrespecting the Bloods. I can't disrespect the Blood if I'm a Blood, right?
Mean, there's no more disrespectful phrase you could.
But I'm a Blood though, so they gotta understand. See, California be on some real fucked up time. They taking every word serious. What's serious that I'm here to help? That was serious. What's serious that I'm here to help, right? And I'm really a Blood. They don't understand I'm a Blood and I'm a Crip though. So they be kind of confused. How the fuck you gonna be a Blood and a Crip?
You can't play like that over
I'm not playing.
You can't play, dog.
Listen, if I was playing
blue one day and red one day.
I went to Chicago, GDBD Vice Lord. They tried to kill me. You see, I'm still GDBD Vice Lord, right? So I'm in LA, bro. I'm a prophet of God. I don't fear nothing. I came for the streets.
I'm on your side, Unc. Honestly, like it's not as far as
everything. You're a wood and you're
exactly
a homie one day. You know.
You know what? Like I understand. Like I get you, Unc.
You gotta understand me. You can't understand me.
I understand me. So, but with that being said, player, I get worried. Like I don't want something.
What you worried? Ain't what's gonna happen to me, bro? I spread love around. The Bloods know. If a Blood disrespect me, the Bloods gonna fuck them up, right? Because the Bloods understand that I'm here to pull wealth back into the trenches, gang.
The S word is a bad word.
Gang, I'm here to pull. Listen,
and you know, and
you're taking that character too far.
This ain't no cards. I'm really Blood Crip. This ain't no fucking cards. I'm from St. Louis. I'm from the trenches. I'm dead.
Man.
I died 5 times. I'm not playing. I'm not playing.
5 times.
I'm not playing, gang. Listen, but everybody think I'm playing.
I don't want it to be 6.
Listen,
yeah, right. He's like a cat. He's a
no.
Unc don't seem worried, which to me is a mistake. He don't understand how dire this situation is because I believe from a spectator point of view, he watched the podcast scene in LA for so long that he don't really know how to distinguish between the goofy ones and the ones who are real. Munchie B is a real one who ain't playing, right? And there's a lot of people stepping behind Munchie B. However, when you're watching and you see a lot of goofy stuff happening, you can't really distinguish between who's the goofy and who's the real one. So I'm here to tell you, Unc, Munchie B is one of the real ones, okay? And there's a lot of real ones in the LA media scene, but there's also a lot of goofies. Now, the goofies, you can diss they like they hoods, they did homies, and they gonna podcast about it. The real ones, you gonna die. I'm just right, and that's something that's very difficult because you don't know who to play with. But if you've been here long enough, you know who to play with. So, yeah, right. Like so, but he hasn't been here long enough. He's been here for about a week. So he chose to play with the wrong one. You should have played with them other busters who do those reactions. Play with them. Those dudes, diss all they dead homies. Diss all they hoods. They won't do a goddamn thing about it but podcast with you, right? They will come on No Jumper, sit across from you, and podcast with you about how you diss they dead homies and how you diss they hood. Because they goofies. But the real ones, not comment on No Jumper the podcast with you. They not doing back and forth videos with you. They getting busy. They getting active. They like that. Right? Now, even Unc would acknowledge that after the podcast is done, the issues with Munchie B still not resolved because Munchie B ain't speak to him and look at him. He just walked out. And Unc felt at that moment, he realized, okay, I may be in danger.
You and Munchie, I had a conversation like after the pod was over.
No, listen, the thing is, why would I disrespect Munchie? Like,
Munchie hates you, I promise.
Let me tell you something. Munchie didn't want to sit next to me because he like, Unc on some gay shit, some fruity shit, but I still had no problem with that because, nigga, I ain't gay. But, okay, you want to run that, but I had no problem with Munchie, gang.
Yeah.
Me and Munchie was talking about the difference between Bloods in St. Louis and Bloods in California and the difference between Crips in St. Louis and Crips in California. And I told him, look, I'm a Crip, I'm a Hoover, and blase, 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 and everything was good.
Yeah.
But then he just kept on throwing shots all that fucking day. Like, after I said that, like, he held it to his heart.
Oh, so you did it on purpose.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did it.
I know. After I said it, he kept holding it to his heart.
Okay, after. Okay.
Nigga, and I kept on saying, damn, I apologize already. Damn, gang, why you keep on bringing this shit up?
No, but to be fair, I don't really think he did. I think he did for a while. I would say like the next 20 to 30 minutes were a little awkward with Munchie, but then after that, he switched his energy and was trying to be cool. And then you were taking things that he said personally when he wasn't.
No, he left too fast. I'm from St. Louis, gang. Anytime I'm gonna leave that fast without trying to resolve something, gang, it's something.
He always leaves fast.
No, not like that. He left and didn't even speak.
Never
he didn't even say bye, gang. He didn't even look my way.
Oh, what?
You thought there was gonna be them bees outside waiting on you.
Yeah,
no, I don't know what. Listen, I don't know what the. If Blood's outside, I've been throwing up blood. I'll get in the car with him, gang. Yeah. I'm Blood, right? Listen,
if I'm 607 Unc, I'm flying into LA to do No Jumper once a month, and I'm heading out. Listen, I fly in once a month, man. I do like 8 to 10 podcasts, and I dip, bruh. You staying? And this is what you're going to be? Oh, man, it's going to end bad, bruh. Now, the testament here, though, is do Munchie B and Unc, do they both stay on the platform long term? That's what I would be interested in seeing. Do they both stay on the platform long term? Because, hey, listen, man. I feel like maybe I'm the only person who kind of have like this philosophy, bro. If I don't like you, I'm not podcasting with you, all right? If you say or do something that I feel like was intentional or you try to pull some slick one, I'm not podcasting with you. Like, we could be cool, like off the podcast, like we could be friends in real life, but I'm not podcasting with you ever. You feel me? Right? But maybe Munchie and Unc, well, Unc don't have no reason to be upset, but maybe Munchie don't have that philosophy, bro. If I'm Munchie, man, boy, listen, it's either there's a shootout every time I see you or we not podcasting, straight up. But let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this? Do y'all believe that Unc did this accidentally or was it intentional? Let me know. And if you're still watching, click on this video here somewhere on my screen to find out why DJ Academics crashed out on Back on Fig and sent a strong warning to TDE. I'm going to see you guys in this video somewhere on my screen. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.